So, my question for Malik Zulu Shabazz, coming right up. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to Common Sense Logical Reason. And as always, I want to say thank y'all for joining me today. Greatly appreciate it. So if you're not familiar with Malik Zulu Shabazz, he's one of those pro-blacks. You know, he's an attorney. He's with a new Black Panther Party, and basically he's a black militant. You know, one of those black militants who's always crying about racism while at the same time saying the most racist nonsense imaginable. Anyway, he brought Fresh and Fit on to interview them, and he basically did this to criticize them of their disrespect of black women. Now, what was his evidence of supposed disrespect? Well, after the Asian doll situation, you know, like in true leftist form, they basically took to the internet, because you know, when the left, if they don't like what you say, they don't provide any evidence to prove you wrong or argument to prove you wrong. They demonize you. So they basically scoured the internet of their shows to try to find something that they could demonize them about. And they found a show from about a year ago in which basically Myron Gaines pretty much said, you know, they don't date Shaniquas, they don't date LaQuishas, you know, they're not down with the Brown like that, and they're not Night Riders. And everybody got all up in arms that he disrespected black women, even though it's clear what they say. They say they don't date Shaniquas and LaQuishas. And if you're not familiar with what a Shaniqua is, it's amazing how everybody knows what a Karen is, though. Basically, a Shaniqua is a ghetto ratchet black female. Or a LaQuisha, same thing. Now, they also were all up in arms over the Night Rider phrase. And the reason why they're mad about this has nothing to do with the phrase itself. It's more a matter of who came up with it. If had it been some thug somewhere that came up with the phrase of referring to ghetto black females as Night Rider, nobody would have a problem with it. You know, like the phrase a chicken head, right? Or referring to a black female or a female who's basically addicted, strung out on crack as a strawberry. Nobody has a problem with that, but because black people came up with their phrase. But let somebody they don't like come up with a phrase about black women and they lose their mind. And like I said, this is the only reason why they had a problem with this. And honestly, I saw it, and somebody explained to me how that's so bad. And again, I've heard people say far worse about other people than that, and that's what we all up and say. Again, we need people, the leftists just have thin skin. Anyway, but to show you how stupid it is and how much these people really truly don't watch Fresh and Fit, is I've seen on several occasions in which they've said, we don't have a problem with black women, we just don't date the ratchet black women. You know what? I wouldn't mess with the ratchet black women. So do I hate black women now? Am I disrespecting black women? Anyway, he brought Fresh and Fit on to interview them, to criticize them. And he, like I said, to criticize them for quote unquote disrespecting black women. And what he does in true hypocrite form, he turns around and starts disrespecting white women in a way that was nothing remotely close to what Fresh and Fit said, you know, what Myron said, with that, you know, these milky skin white women, flat back women with, you know what I'm saying, milky skin queen, just, how the hell you, like I said, I can't deal with hypocrites, y'all. I don't tolerate hypocrisy, and I don't let it slide. That dude's a flat out hypocrite for that. And then he starts criticizing Fresh. You know, he looks like a nose like a black African statue. It amazes me how they're speaking that all speaking the same vernacular, you know, that same speech pattern. But if these people are supposed to be, you know, so pro-black with the fist in the air, you know, of the melanin nation and melanin, but then as soon as you get the chance, you criticize melanin. And again, I don't know if that's an insult or if that's a compliment, because you're saying he's black, which you're supposed to be so proud of. It's the same thing that Tommy Sotomayor goes through. You know, all these people calling him, you know, the pro-blacks, and then they calling him crispy. You have people black, darker skin, and him calling them crispy. That's how ridiculous they are. Anyway, so I have a question for Mr. Shabazz, and that question is, are you going to bring black females and criticize them? You know, your mothers of the earth, the queens of the universe, the masters of the universe, the blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice. Are you going to bring them on and criticize them for their behavior? You know, you're going to criticize them for the behavior that everybody keeps complaining about, that the black men keep complaining about. Or are you going to bring black females on and check them on their masculine behavior and masculine energy? The most, you know, the most masculine women in America and possibly even in the world, right? Or are you going to, you know, you said that, or he said that he fed up with all these black athletes. You know, as soon as they make it, they get with a non-black women, even though it's rare. It's something like what, maybe 10% of the black athletes do this. So you focus it on the 10% and you're going to ignore all the 90. Or you're saying, or are you going to check black females on the behavior that caused these men to run to non-black women in the first place? You know, those guys who live in the hood, they grew up around nothing but seeing ratchet and hood, and then they go off to college and they experience true feminism for the first time, and you wonder why they flock to it, right? Or are you going to check black females on that behavior that, you know, men keep complaining about, right? Or are you going to interview Asian doll and criticize her in how she disrespected black women on the Fresh and Fit show by making black women look bad, acting like the ratchet hood rat that Myron Gang said they don't deal with? Is he going to do that? No, because he's a joke. He really truly is a joke. So when they put on a clown mask, they were right, because this dude is a damn clown. He's not to be taken seriously. And all those people saying that, well, he got them told and he showed them, and they acted like children. No, he acted like a child. They were just basically putting on a mask just to show that, like, he's a fool. You're gonna criticize white women while at the same time complaining about people criticizing black women. It's a joke. And by the way, just want to let y'all know that wasn't an actual debate, because if you watch the video, you will see that he bought. You know, when Myron was on there, they say, well, hey, we only got a few minutes because we have a show that's going to be starting soon. So we only have a few minutes to spare here. This was not a real debate. This was just him talking. Now, would he bring Myron Gaines on for an actual real debate? No, because he would get slaughtered. But even though, no matter how bad Myron Gaines will rip him apart, because Myron Gaines will shred this dude. He's an idiot. You will still have other idiots saying that he won. That's just how, as I say, people see what they want to see and hear what they want to hear. The left have to do this, because if not, they would never have an argument. But anyway, like I say, y'all, these are my questions for Mr. Malik Zulu Shabazz. I would love to get his answer on that. And because really, truly, there's a reason why so many men out here, including black men, are saying this about black women. There's a reason why black women are the least desired on dating apps. Okay, there's a reason why these stereotypes exist. Okay, stereotypes don't just come out of nowhere. So I just want to know if he's going to check black females on his behavior that's causing so many to steer away from them. If you have a problem with people steering away from them. But of course not, because you're not going to hold black women accountable. Anyway, y'all, like I said, this is my 2 cents on this. This dude really truly is a clown and nothing to be taken seriously. And as always, y'all, until next time.